So, the days are getting shorter and shorter, and I want to ride the bike just a little bit today, looking for some maybe beautiful colors that we have in the forest. So let me see, I hope you can see. Yeah, so let's get started. And so, let's go. It's quite a nice weather. It should not be any rain, at least not heavy rain. So I take the chance and take a ride. It will not be a long ride, but just a little one. I had my Benelli for almost 3 months now, and I've been driving 1500 kilometers. I only use it in the weekends or when I'm off work. It's just for relax, drive a little bike. I had many bikes when I was younger, and now I was 60, and it came to me, man, Soren, if you need to drive some bike, you need to do it now, because you never know what happens in the coming years. And yeah, so that's what I decided to buy this bike here. Okay. The police is out today, but I normally keep the speed limit. Maybe on a highway I put it a little bit, but maximum 150. And as a matter of fact, does that very well. I'm a big guy. I mean, I'm 140 kilos, but the bike really handled it very well. I'm 183 high. And I lowered the seat with 3 centimeters. I bought this on AliExpress, $50. It was not really a big amount, but yeah, I'm happy with the seat. It's extremely comfortable, and in Denmark I got a bike a brand new bike for 58,000 Danish kroners, and what's that? That's maybe around 7,000 to 8,000 euros. That's cheap here, and I bought it. Take that car as well. If you would have used this light a little bit earlier, I could have been running out. But no stress. Yeah, it's quiet. It's nice. It's not too cold. I think 12 degrees, 13 degrees. And so it's nice. Fall is coming. See it on the leaves. It's really getting yellow. Cleaned the bike a little bit today. Well, it has 48 horsepower on a 500 cubic inches engine, and I was a little bit concerned because the bike itself is quite heavy, 230 kilos, I think it's dry weight. And then me on the top of that, but it's really, I'm quite amazing how the Benelli is handling it. I haven't tried to drive the two persons. I don't want to do that either. I only bought the bike for my own pleasure. And I want some side packs on, and maybe I will next summer take some tours with a tent, just to discover some places here in Denmark. It's quite nice to drive here. It's wide opening. There's a lot of free shelters. You can find them on the internet. I will put a link below. And you can stay at this shelters for free, or you can camp with your tent. Many places, some toilets and fresh water. And you of course have to clean up after you. We don't like people mess with garbage in our country. As you can see here around, it's clean, and we like it like that. I will drive to a town called Rennes. From there we will go through Tinglev and maybe on the highway on the way back. That should be like an hour's drive. Yeah, here we go. The bike is really nice around this 5,000 RPM. It's around 100 kilometers per hour, and it's quite relaxing. There is not too much vibrations. Matter of fact, I took off. They put some. It was delivered with some rubber on the what you call it, the foot wheeler, and I took them off. First of all, it's not so slippery, and second thing, it gave me less vibrations in the feet. And well, so I think it's much more comfortable. So I got the seat lowered, and I took off the rubber band, and now I feel comfortable driving. So I think it's individual and depends also where you live. If you live in Southern Europe or in the States where it's hot, maybe the rubber is a good thing to have. And but here it's often raining and so on. We have these days here where it's very cloudy, it's a lot of moisture. I get a lot of fog inside my helmet, on the visor, but it's not cold. I mean, I have gloves, I have a good jacket, and I feel comfortable and I enjoy riding here. Looking on the landscape. Of course, it's much better in summertime. Summer is very short. That also means that the season soon will end. You can, of course, drive 12 months a year if you want, but the insurance becomes quite a lot more expensive. So I have an agreement with my insurance company, and this means that I will not drive in December, January and February. And I will still be insured for theft and so on in my garage, if that should happen here this year. Oh, I need to stop here. So I'm still covered from theft if that should happen from my garage in the winter. But this insurance is a full casco, and it only cost me for one full year 320 euros. Here in Denmark, it's cheap. It's really cheap, and maybe it's cheap other places, but for me it's a good deal. So it's a one full year payment, and the taxes on the bike is around 90 euros a year. So it's not a lot either for a Dane. And this is good, and I think it's low payment for having a nice new bike to driving around that in Denmark. I don't go so much highway. I really find the pleasure here on these roads from that is not connected to the highway. I really like that, and yeah. So 10 seconds, we are ready to rock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. I see other bikes are out as well. I don't know in other countries, but here in Denmark we do wave our hands when there's another motorcycle, and I mean it's always been like that. Even when I was younger, around also 18, 19, 20 years when I had motorbikes, we always waved to each other and salute each other when we passed by. Here to the left we have, in fact, a racing park for motorbikes and cars, and even formal cars. So it's an international racetrack, and it's widely used. So it's a nice place here in the summer as well to go and look on motorsports. We are here very close to the German border, and that means from where I live it's only 5 minutes to drive, and then I'm in Germany. So, and also we have a lot of nice places with beaches, woods, but also not huge towns, but we have Flensburg in Germany where there is 100,000 citizens. Then we have on the Danish side, we have Sonderborg with I think 30 or 40,000 citizens. Openro with 20,000 citizens. So there is people living here. The good thing is you are always close to a beach or a water. The maximum distance in Denmark you can be from the beach is 50 kilometers. And so you're always close to water here. And that's a nice thing, or at least to water. So we are going here on the countryside a little bit, and I want to look for the fall colors. See, they're coming through here. We don't have it hot anymore, so the leaves are not getting yellow everywhere, also because it's quite wet. We have a high humidity now. They get yellow and they fall off the trees, and yeah, it's a nice thing. So when Christmas comes, I think it's the 21st or 22nd of December, it is the shortest day in the year, and this day is only, I think it's below 6 hours. The rest is dark, but that is a good thing, because from that the day started to become longer, and when I come to March, where I can start riding my bike if there's no snow or ice, that is the day I will pull out the bike. So that will be 1st of March, and my insurance will also be valid again 1st of March. That's really nice, and yeah, we will look forward to that. And we go into April and May, that also can be beautiful days. I mean, you see here, autumn colors. It's not so nice to drive into the woods now because it's really wet. A lot of water the last days, especially in the night. This is old cornfield. Okay. Soon will be worked on with the tractor and turn the earth. So it will be prepared for spring for selling either new corn or other type of corn products. A lot of farmers already have in their fields put what we call winter seed. This means they have put seed in the earth, and it will start to grow when the heat comes next year. In that case, they save quite a lot of work at spring. Horses are out. They get the blanket now because it's getting cold for them. They like to get out. You also still will see some cows being out, but soon they also will come into the stable for the winter. Probably find some not far away from here. It's extremely little wind today as well. It's so nice to drive. It's almost down to 0 and maybe 1 or 2 meters per second, but it's absolutely nothing. And wind can be quite tough in Denmark, especially if you are going on a highway. And it just mainly come from the west, but it can also be very cold wind from the east. Mainly it's from the west. And to the left here we have the west, and you have a beautiful west coast. You can go to a beautiful island. It's not far away from where we are now, called Rømø, and you can drive out there, and there are huge beaches. They are kilometers long, and you can drive your bike there. Absolutely, you can drive your car there if you are on car. It's fully allowed. It's enormous big. So along the west coast, the beach there is matter of fact 400 kilometers long. There is only one place where it's divided by some water, but it's really heavy beach. If you swim over to the other side from the west coast, you come to the United Kingdom. But it's quite a bit, and very rough water as well. So, but this is not for the winter to go to Rømø or Ærø or whatever it's called. You have to do that in summertime if you come here. And there is tons of camping places where you can go and for very little money get a shower, put your tent on, or rent a cabin wagon for some days if you want. And you just do that, and yeah, then you continue your journey to wherever you else want to go in Denmark. Denmark has more than 6,000 kilometers coastline, and we're just a small country with 5.7 million people. The capital is Copenhagen, and from here where I'm now, if you take the highway, it is 2 hours 45 minutes to Copenhagen from here. So the whole country is divided with highways. It's built like an H. This means you can go from north to south and south to north on a highway, and you can go from east to west and west to east on a highway. So that's very comfortable, but it's also possible to take all other roads. All maps are updated for GPS maps, and yeah, it's very easy to get around. And if you go into pages like Visit Denmark or Naturstyrelsen Denmark, you will very easily find free shelters where you can stay. You will get a lot of information where to go. There you see the cows are out there. They are waiting to get inside to the farm so they can get rid of the milk. Yeah. Over there, to the left is cows. I think you don't see that. Over there is cows as well. The funny stuff to see when you strip out cows and pigs, for instance, when they have been in for the winter. And then the spring comes and they get out. I mean, they get totally crazy. They jump and run, and the pigs do exactly the same, but they start to fight. And that's not the male pigs, that is the girl pigs. I don't know what the English name for them. But that's because they need to find out who is the leader. And the strongest will, and the herd will follow her. Yeah, that's a tough thing, yeah. I think we will go to the right here in the circle. So we will come to Tinglev, and we will go home after that. It's quite a nice tour today. Are we passing a small river here? I don't know if... you can't see that. I need a 360 degrees camera, yeah. Maybe I should try buy one of that. So it's the first time I try with sound. I have connected my helmet to my mobile phone where I go through Bluetooth and record the voice. And I have my GoPro Action at the helmet filming at the same time. So I will see if it's possible to synchronize that afterwards. I think it will be quite windy on the GoPro, and the GoPro I have at the wheel, I'm not sure how that will look, but it's just for fun. I try that out. Just want to see, maybe. Oh, it's exciting. I have it on wide view, so well, let me see. Yeah. I have all these small towns here, and this is Burkal. It's only 50. Wherever you keep it on 50. There's always a bumper here, but the speed tickets are quite big here. And if you are a tourist, you need to pay in cash, no credit. As a Dane or a Norwegian or a Swedish one, even I Finnish, I think. They will still send the bill at home, but if you come from Germany or other places, you have to pay cash. The same we have to do in Germany and your country. So we go to the next town, and this is Saxborg, and here we will go to the right in the circle, and we will come to a town called Tinglev. Yeah. So see here. Let's go to the right. See, we have this long road, too many cars. Put it to 100, that's speed limit is 80, but this will give me 1500 kroners if I'm up to 100 and no card in my license. If you get 3 cards in the license, or 3 dots or whatever you will call it, we will lose the license and have to go up to a new driving test and theoretical test. But if I keep it here below 100 in this speed zone, because you have to be below 30%. If you are below 30% above the speed limit, then it's okay. And 1500 is 200 euros. Yeah. If there is a construction and you, as an example, have 50 and you drive 60, the speed ticket doubles. This means it will be 400 euros. And this is, somehow I understand it as well, because it is about protecting the people working on the road. And they do work on the road to give us a better and new road. So I always being careful and taking care I'm not driving like a crazy guy at road construction. At the highway in Denmark, you can drive, if nothing mentioned, it's 130 kilometers per hour. And you will never see a sign with 130 kilometers per hour, but you will see a sign with 110. But if you are driving into the highway and nothing is signed there, you have 130 kilometers you are allowed to drive. And that's for me and the Benelli, it's really a nice speed limit. It's really cool, and it's for me, I like that speed. Sometimes I put it to 150. I do never about 160 because then it costs a lot of money. But you can imagine here in the summer also, oh, it's so nice, and it's really cool to be here. So you also, we have many places you can park. Maybe this one is not a good example, but there are many places in the forest and so on where you can park. There will be tables and toilets, and if you have coffee with you or a sandwich, in the summer it's really cool, and enjoy just sitting there, and maybe you walk a tour in the forest. And we have a lot of these spots all over, and you will find them. They are very good signs for that, and you will find them all over Denmark when you are driving. There is never long distance between a nice parking spot. Even on this road, there are very nice parking spots and places where you can sit. It has been a tradition in the past, and also up today, not so much by the young people, but mainly by older people. And that is that you on a Sunday, when it's nice weather, you take your car and you have a good meal with you, maybe a good beer. You can drink one beer in Denmark and still drive, but not more. And coffee, and you go to your favorite spot and park the car and go and eat. And this is very common here. Starts raining. What the heck? So people are enjoying that a lot. Or they go to the beach and eat there as well. Can do that. We're never far away from a beach. You can, if you want to use a GPS system, you can easily use Google Maps. Anyway, I have, I don't remember what it is, I have an app for that. Oh, Rolls Royce, cool. I have an app for GPS, it's really nice. And even in small Denmark, it shows exactly how fast I'm driving and how fast I can drive. And it's warning me with a blinking sign. Let's say here I would be allowed to drive 80 and I'm driving 100. So it would have a blinking sign on my phone that I have here. Maybe you see it here. And it also keeps the phone alive. So it's always on when I have that the GPS on. And on the Benelli, I have a USB outlet. So I can power my phone, and I do that right now because I'm using my phone as a voice recorder. So I really can charge my phone while I'm driving. It's really cool. Yeah. So we come to a circle, and we will come to a little bigger town called Tinglev. For many years when I was young, I lived there. We can go through it, and I can go another way to my home, my house. So when you see the white town sign there, it says Tinglev, then it means you're only allowed to drive 50. That's the speed limit here. I drive 47. So I can give it a little bit more. Take up my visor, probably get a little wet inside. So this is also a little bigger sleepy town, but they have an inn, they have some supermarkets. They of course have a church. We have a lot of churches here, so if you are interested in the old ancient time and Vikings, I mean, that's a lot of history to look at here. Yeah? Oh my God, many places to go. Traffic light not working. Oh, they are fixing it. Yeah. I think I lived here in the mid-80s. The town was much more active. There were gas stations, we had butchers, we had a lot of bakers and so on here. But as long as the evolution goes on, it has here was a baker in the past. It does not really survive. They get too expensive, and yeah, people's income has also been lower as the year, and the taxes are extremely high. So the Danes are seeking for cheaper food as well. What does he want to do? He like this, not really safe. I don't know if you see that, that is solar cells for creating power. We have a lot of power made by, what is he doing? Maybe he got 2 beers or 3 beers. He thought I was a police. And 50% of all power in Denmark is done by windmill or solar cells or stuff like that. So, and especially windmills, you know, Vestas windmills, Danish company, Danish invention. It's the biggest in the world. And yeah. And we started with windmills in the 70s with some small experiments. And in fact, it came from a school called Twin. It was not a big success, and I think there was some corruption and stuff. The leaders disappeared to Brazil. I think they've made some movies about it. I haven't seen Benelli, what his name. Yeah, but nowadays it's really been taking off. We also heat water through the sun, even now, in huge panels on acres, and we use put that in pipes so we can heat up our houses, and yeah, that works also very well. So environment is not in fact high rated in Denmark. It's all about the CO2 footprint right now. Electrical cars are coming more and more. People are buying hybrids. And I mean, in my company, we have some electrical cars, the Audi e-tron, and matter of fact, they can drive 400 or 450 kilometers on one charge. So no problem to go to Copenhagen and have a meeting and charge the car. It takes a half an hour to charge the car, and I go back again to Denmark. It's below 400 kilometers. So really nice. Another small place, but here it's 70. I got the wrong shoes on. I don't like the shoes. They're too thick, so I have big feet. That's a little uncomfortable when I need to shift the gear. So next time I'll have the right shoes on. Yeah. I don't know if you see it, but they have some windmills producing power even when it's only very little wind as we have now, yeah. Really nice day. Yeah, it's more dry. Sometimes rain can be very locally, and it's all about just to drive, and then you find that dry spot, and it can be very heavy as well. I mean, we have seen to get 100 millimeters in a few hours, yeah? Even in less than 1 hour, so it can be tough. It's not so much in the summer, but still the weather is low and high. But again, in the summer you can have 30 degrees in Denmark and you can have 16 degrees. Yeah? Lately we have more or less quite hot summers and nice weather. So we see a lot of tourists are going to Denmark now because the temperatures in South Europe is getting so hot now. And so we get a lot of tourists from Holland and France and even Italy, and so they come up here more and more every year. And that's nice. You're very welcome, everyone. And enjoy our beautiful country. And many of these tourists, they take bicycles with them because the country is extremely easy to do bicycling in. But also someone that has a trailer where they have a motorcycle with them. So they can take that and drive around. So if they have a tent or something with them. So there are many possibilities. I'm heading home now, and I don't know how many kilometers I have, 15 or 20. Well, it's been a nice tour. It's not cold. It has not been raining. Some of the last tours I will enjoy even in November if the temperature is nice. Here you see it starts to rain a little bit. And here again you see you have a parking spot a little bit off the road. But here I know there's no tables and so on. But it's good for walking tour. And the rain is coming, yeah. So it's good to heading home now. The windshield on Benelli is, matter of fact, doing a great job throwing the wind above me, and I only get a little rain on my helmet, honestly. It's not really a lot. I don't know if you could see it on the action cam or on the movie here. Give it a little bit more speed, so you can get home into the heat. I also have a dog at home for the weekend. It's my daughter's dog. I have to take care of it Saturday, Sunday. That's nice. So I get a little out and walk as well. It's only a small dog. Not really big. Very small. You saw that sign is blue, so it's still 80 kilometers speed limit there. Only when it's white. It will be, yeah. Here to the right we have a really old bridge, and it's also a part of what we call the engine road. It has been used for 5,000 years, and the Vikings were walking from the north of Denmark to Hamburg in Germany. It's also called the Ox Road, and you can walk along this Ox Road through whole Denmark, even go bicycle, people go bicycling, some is walking, some take the cars and so on. And in here as well, there are shelters you can use for free when you walk. So it's very nice in the summer. They took cattle, that's why it's called the Ox Road, because they also had herds of cattle, and yeah, it was as much as 50,000 cattle a year it was doing in herds down to Germany, where they traded the cattle in and got clothes and weapons and so on. And yeah, it doesn't sound as much as 50,000 cattle, but on that time, in the year 800, we were only 500,000, a population of 500,000 in Denmark. So it was quite a lot. And they walked days and weeks and months. And in some cases we know from inscriptions, from runes and other things, that people even walked down to Rome. And it must have been extremely tough, yeah. But along this road here as well, there is a lot of places to park and roads to walk. It's really, really nice. Oh, it stopped raining again. That's good. Yeah, we will come to a circle now. And soon we will be at home and get a hot coffee. Taking up the helmet now, the visor, so I don't know how the sound will be. Yeah. I even don't know if I have a battery on anymore. Yeah. And another circle. It's called Luen. Not rain again. Only a few kilometers and I'm home. Yeah. Man, I've been talking a lot. If you're still with me, thank you for that. And I hope next time it's a better weather when we are going out and maybe take a look at some nice places in Denmark, yeah, where to go. There's a road construction in there, but I think I can go there. The ABS on a Benelli is quite nice, yeah? Really works nice, and the front brakes are really great. I mean, they have I think it's 13, I don't remember how big they were. I think it's 230 millimeters brake disc, but they work very well, so that's nice. So, white fine, 50. I always stop here. So difficult to see and bicycles from two directions. There and there. And it's downhill really if you come from the front here on a bicycle, they come with 50 kilometers an hour, so it's really nice. You need to be careful. You will always be guilty if you hit a bicycle, or, I mean, they call the soft traffickers. Sometimes they act like stupid people, sitting on a bike, looking on a phone with all the hands on the wheel. Yeah, well, I'm home, and if you follow me so far, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my little ride here, and yeah, see you soon another day on a bike trip in Denmark. Bye bye and enjoy.